I've seen a lot of people doing challenges in Honkai Star, but what if I put the limits to the maximum? Because today I'm going to do Phainon only challenge and see how hard it is. But before we can actually start, there is something that I want to talk about. If you don't care, you can just skip to this timestamp on the screen. So I have a barely woken Discord server that nobody's in, so if you want to just chill in it, I have a link in the channel description and in the comments. But let's get back to the video, shall we? You see, a character only challenge is quite hard in this game because it's nature aka being the turn-based game. As such, in a sustained character only challenge is very hard, but I choose to do this because I find an ability to sustain enough for most fights with its ultimate. That is much harder to get solo. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. But anyways, here are the rules. 1. We can only use Phainon, which you can definitely tell that. 2. Spending money is not allowed, so you just have to pray that I eventually get him. 3. I can use support characters to make my life easier, only if I can clear it, because for example his weekly boss match is Aquila, which is a hard boss, but if I manage to clear it, I can use any other character. And yes, all icons are allowed, so without further ado, let's start. The first mission is actually getting him, which is a lot harder to do than I thought, but at last I have him on an account. So, the enemies in the Horror Space Station aren't really a threat, cause it's more like a tutorial. I started the recording for it, and the first part fight was deleted. But it went well anyways, and I ended up claiming a Himiko with the 5-star selector thing, so that I can easily get rid of her in the Doomsday boss fight. But let's get to the challenge, cause it's getting too long. Brony was actually a challenge, so I farmed a bit to get to level 15 to ascend him and his Lycan to level 30 and upgrade his traces a little. And that was enough to beat her. After some non-important yapping, I made a decision to talk to the shopkeeper called Turner, aka the savior of the challenge. Why? Well, because he sells food buffs, but more importantly, both glycerosate and herb soup, which are 2 out of the 5 food that I know that reduce HP, and we need them to get rid of the Tara characters. And again, I speed it up, even though there are some elites that I fought here, but they weren't that big of a deal. But you know what is a big deal? Blaze out of space. He applies too much stuff for us to survive. So what do? He just deal as much damage as you can. Yes, that's it. So I farmed galaxies till I reached TL level 20 to get 4-star relics from the shops and Billabug. So I got ready for fighting this enemy with the best food I had, and it went like this.
It's now or never, and I've got to make my decision. This time it could be my moment. Is this a mirage or a chance to fulfill my mission? I'm living in a dry land. The left is in a lost end. A heartbeat for a demon. Always is in a strange land.
Well, that was something. And yes, I'm gonna speed this up, which might be lazy and I could make it feel more fun, but I can do it. And the recording has neither voice nor commentary. But anyways, we reach Svarog and he's not hard like at all. Even Mock, the worst thing about him is the hand that he summons, which also the only problem we had here, because if you have one character, he will charge it, and after 2 attacks, it will attack you dealing a lot of damage. But we defeated him fast enough anyways. Yes, even without Natasha giving us our ults. But anyways, we eventually get to ascend the world level for the first time. Now, I do have the footage of me defeating a bit of the elites, but they were really easy, so why would it even matter? And the support fight is easy too, as always. And I'm lagging. Great. But more importantly, I unlocked the greatest event of all time, Rare Click-On. From this event, I can get free 5-star relic and prime ornaments from any set, even if it's not the best in slot, and I ended up choosing Scholar set because his best set doesn't work solo, but I didn't equip all of them because I prioritized crit rate over anything else. And I was close to the last boss of Velaglag. But we needed to beat up the fake Cocolia, who is annoying, but not hard, cause she just freezes you for 2 turns and does her ultimate attack, but it doesn't really matter since he still lives, and by the time that it happens, you will get your ult, and when you do, the fight is basically over, which is what happened here. But then comes the big problem. We are forced to use the Trailblazer. Well, here I used the secret weapon that I was talking about throughout the video, the crystal resistance and the wild herb soup. With those food, the Trailblazer's HP will be reduced to 1 and they will die by the enemy's attacks. So that's good, we can just beat Kokoya and we're done, right? No, because the Trailblazer is fast enough to be the one active first, so what are you gonna do? Well, the relic said, Pot of Morning Collapse. Its 4-piece decreases speed by 80%, so you need that decrease. So I farmed it my Trailblazer, but I didn't know if the speed decrease was enough or not. But it was, so the rest of the fight was not that important, as sadly the next fight is fought with only Steel, so we can't do anything about it, and this makes for us L in our run. And we also used Steel in the next fight, and I tried to reduce our HP to 1 again, but the game heals us to 100% HP when the battle starts, though that's another L. But because I don't know what else I'm gonna talk about, I'm gonna play Wildfire till the battle is over.
Wrapped in biting wind, hearts will never bleed, frozen and banished out of greed. In their restless dreams, they try so hard to breathe, pulses flutter and sting within this bleakness. Pain will come with the blade. Pain will wake up the death bombed and crowned in this dormant world somehow. Unsheath the sword not to kill. Unsheath the sword to rend those clouds above the ground. Wake up, it's time to gather now.
Okay, so I paused the music because I thought this is genuinely kind of funny. And with that, we have beaten Bellabog. And it's kinda taking too long for no reason, even though I speed it up. But anyways, feel free to tell me in the comments if you want more of this challenge. And goodbye!